My friends, in the dance of human connection, first impressions are powerful. They are the opening lines of a story yet to be written. And what is flirting, if not the art of engaging another soul with wit, warmth, and sincerity? But let us not mistake charm for deception, nor confidence for arrogance. The Stoics teach us that true power lies in virtue, in self-command, and in the mastery of one's own mind. If we seek to make a lasting impression, let it not be through mere tricks of speech, but through authenticity, presence, and self-respect. When you meet someone, be present. Do not let your mind drift into fears of failure or dreams of conquest. Stay rooted in the moment. Listen with full attention, for true charm is not found in speaking, but in understanding. Do not seek approval, seek connection. A Stoic flirts not to win favor, but to share a moment of joy, to appreciate beauty without attachment, and to engage with life itself. The pursuit of external validation leads to dependence. The pursuit of self-mastery leads to freedom. Let your confidence be quiet and unshaken, not loud and desperate. A man or woman at peace with themselves has no need to prove their worth. Their presence alone is enough. Above all, remember this: attraction is not about technique, but about essence. Be virtuous, be kind, be fearless in your authenticity, and you will leave an impression that lingers far beyond a single meeting. Being present means fully immersing yourself in the moment, without distraction or pretense. When engaging with someone, give them your undivided attention. Do not let your mind wander to thoughts of what to say next, or how you are being perceived. Instead, focus on truly listening, not just hearing their words but understanding their meaning. When you respond, do so with sincerity, not with rehearsed lines or empty flattery. People are naturally drawn to those who make them feel seen and heard. By being present, you communicate that you value the interaction, and this sincerity leaves a far greater impression than any clever remark or forced charm ever could. True confidence is a quiet strength, not a loud performance. It does not seek validation, nor does it demand attention. A confident person walks into a room with a sense of ease, not because they believe they are better than others, but because they are secure in who they are. Arrogance, on the other hand, is the mask of insecurity. It relies on exaggeration, dominance, and the need to impress. Confidence does not need to announce itself. It is felt in the way you carry yourself, the way you speak with conviction, and the way you treat others with respect. When you embody true confidence, you do not feel threatened by rejection or discomfort, because your self-worth is not dependent on external approval. Instead of trying to prove yourself, you simply allow yourself to be, and that quiet self-assurance is what naturally draws others toward you. Detaching from outcomes means freeing yourself from the need for a specific result, whether it be admiration, attraction, or approval. When you approach someone with the expectation of winning them over, you place unnecessary pressure on both yourself and the interaction. This desperation is easily sensed and often repels rather than attracts. Instead, shift your mindset to one of presence and enjoyment. Engage in conversation for the sake of the experience itself, not as a means to an end. When you are not attached to the outcome, you become more relaxed, authentic, and engaging. You listen more deeply, speak more genuinely, and radiate an effortless confidence that is far more appealing than any forced attempt at impressing someone. By embracing this mindset, you remove fear from the equation: fear of rejection, fear of failure, fear of not being enough. You simply enjoy the moment for what it is, without clinging to what it could or should become. Speaking with purpose means understanding that your words carry weight and should be used with intention. Rather than speaking just to fill silence or to impress, choose words that reflect your true thoughts, values, and intelligence. People are naturally drawn to those who communicate with clarity and authenticity. When you speak with purpose, you do not rely on empty flattery or rehearsed lines. Instead, your words add depth to the conversation, making it meaningful rather than superficial. This does not mean that every sentence must be profound, but rather that you should be mindful of what you say and how you say it. A well-placed observation, a thoughtful question, or a sincere compliment carries far more power than a string of empty words. By speaking with purpose, you show confidence, intelligence, and self-awareness, all of which leave a lasting impression. Finding strength in rejection means understanding that it is not a reflection of your worth, but simply an outcome of circumstance, preference, or timing. No one is universally liked, and that is a reality to embrace, not fear. When an interaction does not go as hoped, respond with grace rather than frustration or self-doubt. A Stoic does not see rejection as failure, but as an opportunity to practice resilience and self-mastery. Instead of dwelling on what could have been or questioning your value, accept the outcome with dignity and move forward without bitterness. Every rejection refines you, teaching you patience, humility, and the ability to detach from external validation. By handling rejection with composure, you demonstrate true confidence, the kind that does not waver based on someone else's response. The more you accept rejection as a natural part of life, the less power it has over you, and the more effortlessly you navigate future interactions. Using humor with wisdom means understanding that laughter is a bridge between people, but it must be built on kindness, not cruelty. True wit is not about making someone the target of a joke, but about creating a shared moment of joy. Humor, when used well, makes conversations lighter, more engaging, and more memorable. It reflects intelligence, quick thinking, and an appreciation for the absurdities of life. However, humor at the expense of others, whether through sarcasm, mockery, or belittlement, erodes trust and reveals insecurity rather than confidence. A Stoic uses humor to uplift, not to tear down. Jokes should be inclusive rather than divisive, bringing people together instead of making someone feel lesser. When humor is rooted in warmth and authenticity, it becomes a powerful tool for connection, drawing others in rather than pushing them away. By using humor with wisdom, you leave people feeling better, not worse, after an interaction, and that is the mark of true charm. Leading with virtue means approaching every interaction with integrity, sincerity, and respect. True charm is not about manipulation, deception, or saying what someone wants to hear. It is about being a person of character, someone whose words and actions align with their principles. Kindness should not be a tool for personal gain, but a natural extension of who you are. Honesty should not be sacrificed for the sake of short-term advantage, as genuine connections can only be built on truth. Authenticity means showing up as your true self, without pretending to be someone you are not just to impress another. People are naturally drawn to those who are real, who are confident in their values, and who treat others with respect regardless of the situation. When you lead with virtue, you attract relationships that are meaningful and lasting rather than fleeting and superficial. In a world where many seek to gain through falsehoods, being kind, honest, and authentic sets you apart as someone worthy of trust and admiration. Mastering body language means understanding that how you carry yourself speaks just as loudly as the words you say. Good posture conveys confidence and self-assurance. Standing tall with your shoulders relaxed signals that you are comfortable in your own skin. Slouching or appearing closed off, on the other hand, suggests insecurity or discomfort. Eye contact is equally powerful. It shows presence, attentiveness, and sincerity. When you maintain steady but natural eye contact, you communicate that you are engaged and interested, making the other person feel seen and valued. However, too much or overly intense eye contact can feel aggressive, so balance is key. A relaxed demeanor further enhances your presence, signaling ease and approachability. Nervous fidgeting, crossed arms, or restless movements can make you seem anxious or uncertain, while open and calm gestures suggest quiet confidence. When your body language aligns with your words, it strengthens your message, making your presence more compelling and your interactions more impactful. Appreciating beauty without attachment means being able to recognize and admire someone's attractiveness without allowing it to control your emotions or dictate your self-worth. It is natural to be drawn to beauty, but a Stoic understands that admiration should not lead to obsession, desperation, or possessiveness. When you see someone attractive, acknowledge their beauty with gratitude, not longing. Enjoy the moment of connection without feeling the need to grasp onto it or force an outcome. Desire, when unchecked, leads to dependency, an attachment to external validation that weakens your sense of self. Instead of chasing after someone or placing them on a pedestal, remain centered. True confidence comes from knowing that no single person defines your happiness. By appreciating beauty with a mindset of abundance rather than scarcity, you cultivate a presence that is both strong and magnetic. This detachment does not mean indifference, but rather the ability to engage without clinging, to enjoy without needing to possess. In doing so, you foster relationships that are based on mutual respect rather than insecurity or control. Remaining unshaken means maintaining your sense of self regardless of how others respond to you. In the realm of human interaction, some people will be drawn to you, while others may be indifferent or even dismissive. A Stoic understands that external reactions do not define their worth. Whether someone welcomes you with warmth or brushes you aside, your confidence should remain steady, like a deep-rooted tree, unmoved by passing winds. When you base your self-worth on how others perceive you, you give them control over your emotions. Approval makes you feel elated, while rejection sends you into doubt. This dependence creates instability, forcing you to constantly seek validation rather than standing firm in your own value. Instead, cultivate an inner foundation so strong that no reaction can shake it. If someone enjoys your presence, appreciate the moment without becoming attached to their approval. If they are indifferent or uninterested, accept it with grace and move on. This mindset not only protects you from unnecessary emotional turmoil, but also makes you more attractive. People are naturally drawn to those who are self-assured, who do not seek permission to be themselves. By remaining centered in all interactions, you embody true confidence, the kind that is not performative, but deeply rooted. In doing so, you walk through life with a quiet, unshakable power that commands respect and admiration, not through force but through presence. Flirting at its core is not about tricks, lines, or seeking approval. It is about showing up as your best self, engaging with presence, and embracing the moment with confidence and grace. The ability to make a lasting impression is not found in desperation or pretense, but in authenticity and self-assurance. When you detach from outcomes, you free yourself from the fear of rejection and step into a place of true power. Every interaction, whether fleeting or profound, is an opportunity to connect, to learn, and to grow. Remember, your worth is not defined by how others respond to you. Some will be drawn to your energy, while others may not resonate with it, and that is perfectly fine. What matters is that you remain true to yourself, unwavering in your confidence, and rooted in your values. Let rejection be a lesson in resilience, let humor be a bridge to connection, and let your presence be felt not by force, but by the quiet strength of someone who knows their own value. As you walk through life, do so with a mindset of abundance rather than scarcity. You do not need to chase what is meant for you. When you embody self-mastery, the right people, the right opportunities, and the right connections will naturally be drawn to you. So step forward with courage, not seeking to impress, but simply to express, knowing that in being fully yourself, you are already more than enough.